Hey, it's Jen from TimeToPlayMag.com, and yarn crafts are a big trend in the DIY movement. But learning to do these thread crafts for beginners of any age, but especially kids, can be frustrating. Threadz Make-a-Scarf Kit from PlaSmart aims to simplify the process. So what's inside the box? You get 15 4.9-foot pieces of bright pink yarn, 29 pieces of 6.5-foot pink yarn, and then 29 pieces of 6.5 feet of feather yarn in 3 colors, orange, purple, and pink. All these strings come pre-measured, which is great, but as directions suggest, you'll need to divvy them up before you get started. While the directions are overall simple to follow, as with any knitting craft, getting started is always the most difficult part, and this kit is no exception. The packaging says you can complete the scarf in 2 hours, but it took us about an hour and a half to complete this much, so it will likely be a multi-hour or multi-day project. And this is in part because the directions were possibly too simple, and additional details could have been helpful, such as how to properly knot and loop in step 3. One helpful tip when doing this is to place something heavy on top of your tails above the loom 1 to keep the loom in place. This we found frees up your hands a bit more and makes focusing on the other steps easier to do. But once you get to the actual looming, as you'll discover, the process is repetitive and thus straightforward. You'll basically just use the shuttle in an over-under pattern and pushing the loom up to keep your lines even and tight after each line. Be careful not to weave too tightly as you go though, or it will lengthen the time it takes to make the scarf. You can choose to use the feather yarn in any pattern you like, and eventually your scarf will really begin to take shape. If at any point you run out of yarn, simply tie it to the closest thread and start a new piece. When you near the end, leave about 4 inches so both sides of your scarf are even. Then knot the ends together just as you did in the beginning, slide it off the loom, and voila! This is a fun craft that makes the process of making a scarf a lot easier, and the end result will be very satisfying and fashionable. It is, however, a craft for the do-it-yourself kid that has some patience because, as I mentioned earlier, it will take some time to do. It may even be a good idea for parents to assist setting up the loom in the first and more difficult steps. Threadz Make-a-Scarf Kit from PlaSmart is for ages 6 and up. For more information on this and other craft kits, head over to our website at TimeToPlayMag.com, or you can download our free app, Shop for Kids by TimeToPlayMag.com, for more info on the go.